Namaste, dear practitioners. Welcome to a new session of Yoga with Claire. Today in the Andalusian beautiful nature. Please join me on your mat and take any comfortable seated position, preferably cross-legged. Bring your spine in a long vertical line and close your eyes. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck and face muscles. Bring your awareness to your breath, and without controlling, just try to let your breath express itself. The belly goes out on the inhale and goes in on the exhale. Then slowly try to make every inhale a little longer and every exhale a little longer as well. The belly goes out on the inhale and goes in on the exhale. Now bring your hands onto your knees and we will start circling the spine. You can keep your eyes closed, or if you need, you can bring them open. Now in any direction without moving your hips, still feeling your sitting bones on the ground. Bring your spine in a nice rotation flow. Slowly feel each vertebra moving and getting some space. And on the next inhale, change the direction. When you go to the back, the belly goes round, and when you bring the sternum front, open. Exhale round the back, and inhale slowly, open the sternum up, you can look up, and exhale round the back and bring the chin closer to the chest. Alright, let's meet at the center. Now open your arms to the side, and on the inhale, without disturbing the verticality of your spine, inhale, look up, bring your arms up, palms together, and exhale, palm facing down, bring your arms to the sides, your fingertips barely touching. Inhale, palms looking up, all the way up, and exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up, look up without disturbing the long line of your spine, and we'll stay here. You can interlace your fingers, turn the palms to the sky, and try to make your back even longer. Now bring your chin to the chest and keep this very long line. If I show you from the side, stay in this position and breathe. I show you from the side, you can see that my spine is not arched or not rounded. Okay, and now exhale and bring your palms just behind your hip, and from here push with your palms and open the sternum, the chest. The fingers are either pointing to the front of the mat, or you can slightly open them to the side. I prefer this position for my hands. Really press, keeping, maybe if you have a tendency to hyperextension, please keep your elbows slightly bent and look up, sternum really pushing in the direction of the sky and forward. And on the exhale, we'll come into tabletop position, so find your way. Hands are aligned with the elbows and shoulders, and the knees and hips are more or less in one line. Now, once again, if you have a tendency to hyperextend your elbows, you can see my arms, just keep them slightly bent. And now from here, inhale, arch the back, look up. And exhale, really push in your knees, in your arms, palms, chin to chest. Inhale, open, arch the back. Go all the way to the end of your inhale. And exhale, very slowly move your spine and arch the back, looking to your navel. Navel is close to the spine. And we'll meet in the center. Very nice. Now bring your palms slightly forward. And then walk all the way forward, not moving your hips, so the hips should stay above the knees, and we'll bring our sternum down into puppy pose. Chest and shoulder opener, and slight back bend. So here your elbows are trying to press to the ground. Your chin is going in the direction of the ground, so if you cannot touch your chin to the ground, that's absolutely fine. But try to keep your hips and knees in one line and look up, opening the sternum. Keep your breath long and fluid. Now on the next inhale, walk the hands back to tabletop position, and from here we'll be going into that pose called thread the needle. So bring your weight onto your left hand and inhale, open your arm very slowly to the sky. So right arm up, look to your palm, and then on the next exhale, slide your arm on the ground, and we'll be resting our body weight onto our shoulder. So the cheek is also going onto the ground, but most of the body weight is onto your shoulder. You can extend now the left arm to the front and breathe. Try to keep the right arm active on the ground, so you're going more into the twist, and look up to the sky. Keep your hips in one place, so my hips just went a little bit to the left side, so I'm bringing them back to the center, and I'm looking under my armpit in the direction of the sky. One more breath here. Really push with the back of the right palm that is in contact with the ground. Push and twist more. And on the next exhale, bring the left hand next to your face. Push yourself back up and open the right arm up. Open, open, open a little bit more, and exhale down. Now same thing on the other side. Weight onto your right palm, open the left. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, slide it to the ground. Come onto your shoulder, extend the right arm, bring your hips back to center, and look under your armpit. And really press that left palm to the ground, so you're going deeper in the twist. And on every exhale, bring the navel, bring your abdomen closer to the spine, so you have more space for the twist. Really nice. And on the next exhale, bring your right palm close to the face, come back up, and inhale slowly all the way up. And come back to center. Very nice. From here, walk your hands slightly forward, tuck your toes, and come into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana. So hips up, pressing really strongly the palms in the ground, elongating the back, so maybe keep the knees slightly bent, because here the purpose is to have the longest back. Your shoulder blades are trying to bring more distance in between them, so try to rotate your shoulders externally, so Shoulders rotating externally so you have more space for your back. And we'll be walking a little bit in our down dog, so the upper body is not moving, only my legs are walking. And really try to roll and unroll your feet, the sole of your feet. Feel the ankle working as well. And here now, come onto your tiptoes. So raise the heels up, really press on your hands. So the arms are really active here. The hips are still going in the direction of the sky. And on the next exhale, bring the hips to the left side and down. So it's going to be a twist. In the same position, look to the back of the mat. And inhale, come back up and center, still on the tiptoes. And on the next exhale, come to the right side and look to the back of the mat above your shoulder. And inhale back up. Really nice. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can look to your big toes. Don't try to look to your navel. That will disturb the line of your neck. The neck and the spine are in the same line. And on the next inhale, raise the right leg up, hips still centered. And exhale, bend the knee and open the hip up. So knee and foot are going slightly backwards and down. Open the hip. And on the next inhale, come back to center and straighten your leg. Push your arms down, more in the ground. And on the next exhale, bring the right foot in between your hands at the front of the mat. Really nice. Now look to the front. Here I like to, you can even use your hands, and just open a little bit more, like pull your belly front a little bit so that you have more space. And you can see my sternum is really trying to fly up to the sky. Look to the front. You can either press the whole palm on the ground, or you can come onto your tips of the fingers. And the back leg is really straight. You can see here, my leg is really straight and will be rocking from front to back. Keep breathing slowly and deeply. You shouldn't need to make so much sound. You can use Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is achieved with a small contraction at the back of the throat, resulting in a wave-like sound. But no need to push it too much. You don't need to perform, just breathe. Really nice. Now, press your palm firmly onto the ground and straighten the front leg while bringing your hips back. So straighten the leg, and here, inhale, look up, Ardha. The back is parallel to the ground. And exhale, bend down. So you can keep the knee slightly bent, no worries. And the belly should try to just rest on the thigh. And stretch both the legs. Really nice. The hips are still square. So really in line with the front of your mat. Nice. Now bend the knee and come into plank. Exhale. Right leg back. Stay here in plank. Don't overextend your elbows and don't drop the hips down. Try to engage, really push. As you can see, push in your palms. Look to the front of the mat. Stay here. One more breath. And on the next exhale, bring, oh sorry, I forgot. Bring the left leg back and straighten the leg. So left leg up, really straight. Still look at the right big toe. And on the next exhale, bend the knee and open the hip. You can look slightly under your left armpit. So that's a little bit of a twist and a deep hip opener. And on the next exhale, straighten the leg. The hips are coming back to center. And now look to the front of the mat and bring the left leg to the front. So to have more space so that my body moves more fluidly, I really like to stay on the tips of my fingers, and that's another way to make your hands work, finger muscles. So once again, you can use one hand to pull your belly to the front, make more space. As you can see, my belly is really touching my thigh, resting upon my thigh. So literally, I don't need to use my hands, but I still do. So let's stay here in this low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And rock from back to front. Really feel the right leg and really straight, and the right foot is giving that motion, that energy of movement. So I can even feel my ankle crack sometimes, which means the joint is working properly. Very nice. Look in front of you and maybe smile in that pose, even if it might be a little bit challenging. Keep the right leg really straight. And now inhale, push the palms and bring the hips back while straightening the left leg. Really nice. Now inhale, extend the back, look to the front, Ardha. And exhale, bend down, forward fold. Really nice. You can keep the left knee slightly bent and really press all of the body parts that are in touch with the ground, firmly in the ground. Now inhale, look to the front, and we will be doing a little bit of a rotation. So your hands are gonna walk to the center in like a quarter of a circle, and your feet are going to pivot so you can face the long side of your mat. So from here, bring your hands to your hips. The back is still bent. And now inhale up. Come back up in this wide-legged stance. And exhale, bring your arms to the side. And really try to find that sweet spot where you can feel the whole arm line really stretched. As if somebody, like two people, were pulling you from the side, from the fingers. Now reverse the palms, looking up, inhale, palms together, and look to your palms. That's star pose. Now exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Stay here for a minute, you can look in front of you. Now bring your elbows to the back so you're not gonna see them anymore. Really open the front of your body. Now inhale, sternum up, look up, slight back bend, push the hips forward, engage your glutes, and exhale, bend down. So your feet are really planted on the ground. Bend down all the way down. You can once again keep the knees slightly bent if that's more comfortable. So if you don't have a lot of flexibility, you can open your legs slightly more. And if you feel very flexible today, maybe just bring your feet slightly together and then grab your big toes with both of your index and middle finger. The thumb is resting on the big toe. Now inhale, come halfway up, Ardha, and exhale, Prasarita. Prasarita is that wide-legged forward fold. And bring your elbows to the side to 90 degrees and really try to pull them to the side, making your back really wide. Now stay there for another breath. Breathing deeply through the nose. And exhale slowly through the nose. Very nice. Now relax your hands. You can bring them to the middle and come back Ardha Prasarita. And now pivot the front foot. Hands are going to come on both sides, and bring the left leg back and come into plank. Very nice. Now from here you can either bend the knees and do this Hatha variation, or you can keep the legs straight and bend your elbows on the exhale for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Keep your glutes engaged and the sternum really open, shoulders really open. And exhale, send the hips back in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep breathing here. Bring your focus back to your breath. And now inhale, bring the knees together on the ground. So, sorry, not knees together, but knees wide on the ground and toes together. And sit back on your heels into child pose. Balasana. Forehead on the ground. And the arms are either straight and relaxed in the front, or you can bring them to your sides. And you will see that the shoulders are resting nicely upon your thighs. That is a very nice sensation. Palms looking up. And you can even shake your hips from side to side slightly, so you have more awareness into where your body weight is. Your body weight should be a little bit on your forehead and mostly onto your hips and heels. Now slowly bring your head up and walk your hands and yourself back to sitting. Now we will bring our knees slightly together in hip-width distance. And from here we will clasp our hands together at the back. Open, you will see that the shoulders are rolled back. And from here, don't overarch, maybe just tuck your pelvis slightly back, so posterior tilt. So your tailbone is going slightly forward. Now, still with the hands clasped, you can bring the back of your hands, so weight is going slightly back. Posterior tilt, you will see that this movement is actually very natural. And you can rest upon the back of your hands. And now push the sternum up, not the pelvis, sorry. The sternum is going up, 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 up. And come into this very gentle back bend. And you can even let, if your cervicals are fine, you can let the hand hang there. Very good for the people who are very often looking at a screen and slightly hunched. And relax here. This can be a little bit intense on the wrist, so if that's not comfortable, you can relax your hands and you can come onto your fists and bend the elbows and do the same. So really trying to keep the shoulders open, and you will see that the shoulder blades are coming together at the back, and let the head hang backwards. Slowly bring the head back and relax the posture. Bring your hands to your knees and close your eyes. Vajrasana, hero pose. Stay there for a minute. Try to feel if the spine is long. You can maybe place one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your sacrum area. Maybe see if the back is arched or if you need to modify a little bit your verticality. Keep breathing slowly here. And now open your eyes, bring your hands just at the back of your hips. And from here, we'll be coming into a modified version of camel pose. So you can stay on the tip of your fingers. That's a very nice option, I think, to have a little less strain of the back. And one more time, tilt your pelvic back. So really try to do the opposite of arching your back, just to really tilt the pelvis back. And from here, inhale up, bring the sternum up and let the hips follow that movement and push your hips front. Really push on your hips, and you can either keep the chest at the chin to the chest or let the head hang backwards. And if you feel very comfortable, the glutes are very much engaged, and if you feel very comfortable here, you can come into camel pose by grabbing your heel and pushing your hips even more forward. And from here, we will try to stretch more the thighs. So for that, imagine that someone is pulling your navel up and slightly back, and really try to make the front of your thighs even longer. Okay. And from here, relax. So relax the hands and bring the hips back. And come all the way back into child's pose. Very nice. Now, slide yourself to come into laying on the ground, laying on your mat. Let's take Sphinx pose here. So you can either keep the feet together or slightly apart. I tend to think that it's a bit more comfortable if your feet are slightly apart, maybe hip width. And keeping the elbows and the shoulders in one line. Try once again to open the sternum up by really pressing your pubic bone and your hips onto the ground, and do that movement, motion with your hands as if you were pulling in that direction, the ground in your direction, and you will see that immediately my upper body is going up. You can either look to the front, or if you feel like you need to stretch all your throat muscle, you can look up. Really press your pubic bone in the ground, engage your glutes slightly but not too much, while pulling with your hands in your direction. Relax the shoulders. And slowly exhale and press with your hands. So first, bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and press and come back to plank, and then all the way to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, very nice. And from here you can either walk or jump through. So to jump through, bring your heels up, bend the knees, look to the front, and do a little jump while crossing your legs. And come to sitting. Very nice. So extend the legs, you can shake, rotate them a little bit. Now, legs together, feet slightly flexed, and please remove the flesh of your buttocks, bring them to the side, so you have really your sitting bones in contact with the ground. Really nice. Now press your hands just next to your hips, and come into Dandasana. Dandasana is that stick pose, so you're like a piece of wood, really straight. And you can bring your chin slightly to the chest, so you have a really long line from the top of your head to your sacrum. Really push with your hands, look to your big toes. Keep the legs active. And now inhale, bend the right leg. So your heel will be close to your groin, but keep close to your groin, but keep 1 fist distance between your foot and the left leg, keeping the left leg active and the left hand planted in the ground. Now inhale and let's come into Marichyasana. Inhale the right arm up, so really extend the side. Now exhale, bring your right arm forward and rotate internally. So rotate into anti-clockwise. Now wrap, if possible, your right leg with your right arm. And it's okay if you're only going there. And if you can, take a bind and grab both of your hands, that's very nice. Otherwise you can grab whatever, maybe your clothes, or even if you have like a piece of fabric, a scarf or a yoga belt, please take it. Keep the left leg engaged, like push it in the ground. And now inhale, open the sternum up, elongate the spine, and exhale, bend down and look to your big toe. Very nice. Nice work on the hip flexors and the shoulders. Keep your belly active by bringing the navel closer to the spine. Maybe on each exhale you can go a little bit deeper and slower. And slowly release the arms and come back up on the next exhale. Now extend the leg and switch. So still bringing the heel close to the groin, right leg active, 1 fist distance to allow your body. If you need a little bit more than 1 fist, it's okay, according to your morphology. Now press with the right arm down. Inhale, open the left side and extend to the front. So your shoulder is really going inside of your knee. Then press the knee and the shoulder together. Rotate your left arm and try to bind. While keeping the legs very active on the ground, push onto your left foot so you can go a bit more. You see, if I push up, I immediately go more forward. Very nice. Keep the bind wherever you are. Bring the navel slightly in, and on each exhale, allow yourself to go a little bit deeper in the pose without straining too much. And of course, if you need to keep the right knee slightly flexed, that's fine. Remember that you can always keep with you for your practice little cushions, or even, like if you have a piece of clothing or even like a pair of socks that you can just put here so you don't overextend your joints. That's very good. All right, now inhale, come back up, relax the bind, straighten both the legs, and you can rotate them a little bit and slowly come onto your back. Don't forget to move intentionally, and each gesture has some form of grace. Very nice. Back on the ground. Take 1 breath here. Maybe close your eyes. And then bring your feet together close to your groin, not too close. And then open your knees to the side into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. So try to keep the front sole of your feet, so your toes together, and allow your knees to come down. And here, once again, I like to do a little bit of a posterior tilt, so as if my tailbone was trying to come a little more front and up. So the back of my back is reaching for the ground. Of course, you will keep a little arch because that's how our backs are designed. And I can feel a little difference when I tuck my tailbone in. You can keep your hands onto your hips, onto your groin, maybe on your knees if you need a little bit of an extra help. And here we'll be doing some little waves with our pelvis, so you can bring more awareness in that area. So we've been tucking the table in, and now let's arch the pelvis and make that little arch on our backs. The belly is going slightly up. And exhale, posterior tilt. That's okay if your knees go slightly in. Now exhale, arch. The knees are slightly going down. And inhale, tuck the tailbone in. The hands are really good to keep that awareness and feel how your whole pelvic area is working. One more time at your own pace. Inhale, tuck the pelvis and tailbone. And exhale, arch gently. And back to center. Now inhale, bring your knees back in and widen your foot distance and bring the knees together so you're relaxing a little bit. Bring your hands to the sides, 90-degree angle, and now allow your knees, without moving the feet, to come to the right side. And exhale onto the other side. Inhale back to the right side. You can also make your head move at the same time and look to the opposite side. Exhale, knees down. And inhale, switch. Gentle movements, intentional movements. One more time. To the side. And let's meet in the center. And from here, halasana. So bring your arms by your sides, feet together, and we'll take a little bit of momentum with our legs and send them back while bringing the hips up. So inhale, bring the knees to your chest, and exhale, come to halasana by throwing your leg back and clasp your hands, grab them together and try to keep the hips really high up. You can extend the feet here or keep the toes tucked, but the idea is really to have a nice 90-degree angle, or try to reach it as much as possible. You can also use your hands to support and lift your back a little bit. You shouldn't feel any pain into your neck. If that's the case, you can bring your nose slightly in the direction of your toes, as if you were trying to look to your knees, so you can relax a little bit the back of the neck. This is a really good inversion, mild inversion, so that your blood flow is getting activated as well. The organs are getting a nice little upside down massage. And this is really good to relax the nervous system as well. We'll stay for another round of breath. Try to slow down the inhale and slow down the exhale as well. Alright, now bring your feet slightly closer. Open your arms if your hands are clasped. Open your arms to the side and slowly, very gradually, vertebra by vertebra, come back to the ground. You can lift your head slightly up, and we will come to Matsyasana, fish pose. So you can do it in the same motion if you're still there. Extend your legs to the front. Keep your thumbs under your hips and bend your elbows. And from here, push your sternum up and release the back of the head onto your mat. So really you shouldn't have too much weight on your head, too much weight on your hips, but rather pushing your elbows on the ground so you arch the back. Keep the legs really active on the ground. You can flex or point, whatever feels more natural for you. And I think I like to point. Really try to push the breath as if you were trying to send your lungs to the sky. One more breath. Now slowly bring the head back up, look to your toes to counter pose this back bend, and release the arms and come into Shavasana. You can open your feet, open your legs, shake your hips a little bit, open your arms, palms facing up, and close your eyes. Make any micro movement that is necessary so that you're having the most comfortable laying down position. Stay present with your breath. Your focus should be on relaxing any tension in your body and observing the nice flow of your breath without changing anything. Just try to calm your breath if you feel rushed a little bit. Maybe the next inhale is coming through the nose and the next exhale through the mouth. So taking a slow inhale and allowing maybe some sound, and we'll be doing this 3 times. So inhaling gently, softly through the nose and releasing anything that you need to release through the mouth. One last time. Let go of any tension. Just try to notice any tension and release it so that your body accesses the most relaxed state and can benefit from the practice. I invite you to stay in this Shavasana as long as you wish, but whenever you feel ready, you can extend your arms and stretch like a cat coming out from a nap. Then bringing the knees closer to the chest and coming to one side with the eyes still closed and using one hand to come back to sitting. Keep the same quality of presence. Now, bring your hands together in front of the chest. And I invite you, if that's in your practice, to make either a regular Om or a silent Om to keep the silence. The resonance of the sound will have the same effect. So you can take a deep inhale and make any Om that feels natural. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that very slow practice, a slow Hatha vinyasa flow with the mountains. And I hope to see you for the next practice.